So the quest for the perfect guitar tone was pretty much the reason I got into music production in the first place. Right from the very start, I was kind of obsessed with chasing down these incredible tones that I was hearing on heavy records that I loved, but I just couldn't get anywhere even close to those with the digital tools that I had when I started out. And as a music writer, I became actually quite disillusioned because I just couldn't get my ideas recorded sounding powerful in the way that I wanted them to. So for years now, I've been kind of studying and experimenting with amps and cabs in a methodical way. Been collecting them, modifying them even, recording them, of course. I've just been trying to find every tiny detail that adds up to these tones that I love so much and that I hear in my head. And through doing it relentlessly over and over again, I've finally been able to see the whole big picture and connect all the dots. And it's awesome, it's incredible, because now I can plug my guitar in and straight away get the kind of perfect tones that I've been chasing all my life. So I wanted to bring things full circle by seeing if we could capture these sounds, bring them into the digital world with 100% accuracy. And to do that, I teamed up with the fantastic team at Neural DSP, and together we've been able to create a signature Archetype plugin. And it's been awesome working with them because they've been just totally down to recreate every single step of these signal chains that I've obsessed over. I mean, to get there, I learned to modify amps, so I've been tweaking the preamp filtering, tone stacks, power amp response, negative feedback. Amps can share like 99% of the same components, but just have one or two little things different about them that totally changes their sound and feel. So it was really crucial and super cool to be able to kind of personalize these amps, to be able to get what I want out of them while still maintaining their original character. And I sent these amps over to the Neural guys, and they made these exacting copies, these digital versions of them, and I was absolutely blown away once they started sending me back the models, because they sounded exactly like the real thing, and I'm really picky about that kind of stuff. It was really important to me that this suite of amps covers every tone that I need, so choosing the right amps was absolutely crucial. In the end, the selection we made was this gorgeous, pristine, clean with loads of headroom. There's a hot-rodded British style head, which covers your kind of break up to mid-gain tones, though if you use one of the boost pedals, you can totally drive it into full saturation for rhythms and leads. Then there's like a US style high gain amp head that is one of the mainstays of my collection, and to be honest, I've used that amp on almost every album I've produced since I've owned it, so that's a really huge deal to have that one in the digital world. And then finally, there's a bit of a wildcard amp that it's this little lunchbox amp that I've modified to be an absolute fire breather. It's so much fun, it's got a really squishy feel, and it's totally different. It's quite a unique voicing that I haven't heard before, and it's just so much fun to play on. Most recently, I've been totally obsessed with speakers. They are such unique beasts. Every single speaker sounds different. Even two speakers sequentially off the production line can sound totally different. So it's been a hell of a journey collecting speakers from the 60s all the way through to the modern day, and auditioning every single one to try and find these diamonds in the rough, the few that just sound incredible under the microphone. And then of course there's the cabinet enclosure that you put them in, and that's such a complicated relationship, and it's only been through really exhaustive kind of scientific testing that I've been doing that I've been able to finally figure out and find the perfect speaker and cab combinations to create all sorts of different tones, from kind of more vintagey to really modern sounds. So in the end, we've got like a 25-watt vintage cone in a British enclosure, a kind of 75-watt cone from the 80s, and these are really maligned speakers, but when you find a good one, they sound absolutely amazing. There's a US-style cabinet that is an absolute beast. It's so smooth and massive sounding. And then finally, there's a custom Zilla cab with V30s, which has just so much presence and bottom end, it's incredible. After doing all of this testing and finding these absolutely incredible sounding speakers and cabs, I wanted to be the one that captured them exactly as I would do so. So in the end, I created all of the impulse responses for these plugins. I sent I think it was nearly 700 impulses to the neural guys to turn into each of the 4 cabs. So they've been done meticulously, and I've spent a lot of time getting the process to deliver absolutely identical results to the real thing. And that's one part that I'm super proud of with this plugin. It's come out amazing. As a producer and a player, I make a lot of use out of pedals. They're just so fun and inspiring. They can be great problem solvers, and they're just really good at being able to give every guitar part in a song its own unique character too. So I make a lot of use out of boost pedals, and we put 2 into this plugin to cover different ranges of gain. It's just so useful to be able to filter and saturate the signal before it hits the amps. I'll also run compressors and reverbs and delays on my cleans and leads and textural parts. So we work together with Neural to create some custom effects that totally replicate some key sounds, both in the pedals and digital world, that I use in my productions all the time. So the idea is that you can plug straight into this suite and be able to record a whole album without needing to go outside it. Even just testing this plugin as we were developing it, one of the most amazing things is I suddenly found that it was so inspiring. I was getting really creative and writing music again, which is something which I haven't felt this way since the beginning, really. And that's something that hasn't happened in a really long time. It's just such a testament to the inspiration that you can get when the tones are right. You know, somebody that started with digital, moved to analog, and then has come back again, I can truthfully say that this is the real deal. I'd have zero issue at all about using this plugin for final guitar tones on any record. And you know, I've even shared it with a few of my playing buddies who, some of them are old school, some of them are 100% digital converts, and all of them have been blown away by the realism and feel. So I'm just so proud of how this plugin has come out, and it's been so amazing collaborating with Neural on it. So I can't wait to hear what kind of music it inspires and the people that end up using it, and where they can take these tones from the bass that we've laid out.